Hello everybody, this is Fabi from The Next Big Rush, and today I want to make a quick video, no promises though, about some of the stocks that I have been buying. Now, I want this video to be part one, and I will do a follow-up video which will really go into maybe some smaller or newer stocks that I have been looking at and will be buying in the next few weeks. So looking at the price of gold and gold stocks in general, I think that the gold stocks really offer an opportunity. If you've been following this channel for any length of time, then you probably already know what I'm talking about and some of my thesis for investing in miners or projects that may or may not become miners in the future. But there are three companies that I am looking at and that I have either bought recently or that I will buy in the next few weeks if the price is right. But these are companies that I already own, and so maybe you've heard me talking about them. On a second video, I will talk about newer companies that I'm also looking at, and maybe by then, by the time I make the other video, I will already have bought some, or at least an initial position into those new companies as well. The approach I'm taking is, right now short term, is I'm averaging down some of the companies that I've bought previously that I went in not at a great entry price, but I think that long term the company is going to do well. And after that, I'm going to go into smaller caps, so nano caps, I think you could call them. Companies that are junior for sure. They are exploring for gold. They don't really have much gold to show for yet, and they would ideally be, I don't know, sub 50 million market cap. I think we could say that that's fairly small, even in this industry. So the companies I've been buying more of lately, sorry, I haven't had my coffee yet, are Anfield Gold. So Anfield Gold, if you have seen my watch list, is something that I have already owned. When I entered it, it was not a good entry point. Now, I don't think, when I look at Anfield, I don't think it's uber cheap, okay? I do look at Anfield and kind of wonder about Lumina Gold as well, and maybe I will buy some Lumina Gold just to sort of have two dogs in the same race, so to speak. What happens is, let me just explain a little bit. Anfield Gold is said to be Ross Beattie's new Lumina Copper in the gold sector, right? So Ross Beattie is this guy who's returned many multiples to his initial investors many times over in different companies. And what he did with Lumina Copper specifically is he bought copper projects at the bottom of the market, and then developed them, sold them eventually to the highest bidder at the top. With gold, it seems like Ross Beattie has a two-pronged approach. Now, don't quote me on this. This is just what I've been able to come up with my own research. And that is Lumina Gold, right, which is bigger projects but lower grade in South America. Yes, I think. And for sure in South America there is Anfield, which is smaller projects with higher grade gold. So I don't know if the idea is to merge those two together and have one company, or if it's to have, you know, two different companies with different flavors, so to speak, but both with the same idea of buying projects that they can themselves develop, add value to it, maybe further drill and acquire. That is the key word in Ross Beattie's approach. It's to acquire projects at a great price. So Anfield, although it's not cheap, it's well cashed up. It has the right people at the helm. They already have been moving on to the project that they have, which is a small project. I think it's only like half a million ounces of gold, but it's pretty much ready to go. as far as mining goes anyway. When we say ready to go, it's like, okay, it could happen within the next year or so. And so I have bought more of Anfield Gold. I think when you look at the chart, you'll see that there is not very much interest in Anfield right now, which is very tempting for me. So I have been accumulating a little bit more of Anfield. The other company that I have been buying a little bit of, not too much, also is not a cheap company, is Fiore Exploration. Now, Fiore Exploration is the baby of Frank Justra. Frank Justra is also a mining financier. He's been in the business for ages. He's been involved in some of the biggest deals in the sector, and he has backed this exploration company, Fiore Exploration, very heavily. They are well cashed up. I don't see them running for financing for a long time, which is good. They are not cheap. Like I said, I keep saying this because I want you to know, do your own homework, compare, and see where you're most comfortable leaving your money. But they have probably one of the best exploration teams in Chile, close to an already known producer. Okay, Lumina Gold's project down there in Chile. So they don't have much competition where they are right now, and they have some of the best people, and they also plan on growing through acquisition. But you know, the heart of Fiore, I believe, is really drilling, and they should be coming out with results hopefully soon. It's insane, like investors are so anxious to see results, and it's funny how a result can be just a complete catalyst for a company when the market is on an upturn, and it could do nothing to a company if the sentiment is just not there. So a little bit of food for thought there. Now, the other company that I am looking to buy, now this is a big if they come down in price a little bit, because I want the entry price to be right, which is Sarama Gold. Now, Sarama Gold you will already have heard of. I've already talked about them a lot. It's in West Africa. So yes, people think, well, Africa, jurisdiction risk, run to the hills. I actually have a lot of my stock in South America, and I'm from South America, and I would not bet any money on the safety of South America as a jurisdiction. You know, you have Chile, which is a good country. You have Brazil, historically has been good, but things can turn very quickly. You cannot imagine the political mess that South America can become when things get bad, economically speaking. And things are getting bad economically speaking for Brazil. They have been for a few years. So keep your eyes out. Don't worry though, if anything like really strange happens, I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna tell you, like, look, this is worrying, because I have a lot of investments in Brazil and business interests in Brazil as well. Okay, so Sarama, I will buy more of Sarama if it goes below 20 cents. So if you're trying to buy it up, buy it above 20 cents, leave the below 20 cents for me, please. I'll be very happy. This is a story that has been developing quite well. I think it's a possible takeout target. I don't know, I'm not really looking for something that's gonna turn out like this year, although it could happen. I have no hurry whatsoever. If you know my investing thesis at all, you know that I am very happy waiting 2-3 years for something to develop. Uranium, for instance, man, uranium companies, they haven't really been flying, have they? No, they haven't. Am I crying about them? No. I actually can't wait until I'm invested in all the gold companies, in all the gold opportunities that I want, so that I can say, okay, I have enough gold right now and I think gold is gonna take off before uranium, and then invest some more in uranium. I've just seen that a couple of my positions in uranium that I have been buying more of have just recently come down in price a little bit more. When it gets down to double digits redness, I like to call it, then I like to start looking at it again. And for sure, at the end of the day, once you're at the peak of a bull market, you know that it was worth it to make all those investments while the stock was going down. You know, we try to time the market, but let's face it, who knew that zinc was going to take off and uranium wasn't? You know, and then gold would do this and then come back down, and people would be just waiting on the sidelines. A lot of paper flowing around. We just don't know. We don't know the order. It would be my dream come true if I had like one financial wish. Maybe I should keep this for another video, but if I had like a genie in a bottle sort of wish for the investment world, it would probably be that it would be secretly revealed to me which commodity would come into a bull market, and that it would happen one after the other. I think there would be like an infinite amount of money in this industry if that happened. You know, let's first take make it a bull market for zinc, then copper, then uranium, then gold. I mean, come on, like you could make so much money from that. But we just don't know. I don't know, and because I don't know, I try to buy when things are cheap. That's it. I just try to buy when things are cheap. When they start to get more and more expensive, I try to just unload a little bit of my positions and not buy more and more and more into an already expensive market. Anyway, I am just going off weird tangents here. I'm gonna go and take some coffee for sure. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, hit like and subscribe, because there's a lot more coming your way, including part 2 where I talk about some very interesting junior exploration companies. All right, take care. Bye-bye.